Morning all, and welcome to another YouTube video of a rather unique little clock that I have here. This is a Smith & Enfield, and yes, that is very small. That clock is as small as you think. That is probably, in all fairness, the smallest chime clock I own. A lot of the clocks you've seen in my collection over the months I've been doing these videos on and off are quite large, but this one is actually my smallest chimer, and it's a half-hourly strike. As you can see, for those who can see, it has the two holes at the positions about 3 and 9 roughly, or 4 and probably about 4 and 8-ish. Beautiful little clock, as I say, Smith & Enfield. This casing is Bacolite, and if you want to know how to tell if something's Bacolite, just rub it vigorously and don't upset the movement when you do so. But you rub it vigorously and then you sniff your hand, and if your hand sort of smells sulphury when you've done that, that's kind of a sure sign that it's Bacolite. And just turn this around to the 9 o'clock position so you can hear it strike. Beautiful movement. Let's see if we can get key. Nope. Now, I wasn't quite expecting her to do that, but she's running. Very tight as well, listen to that. I actually think she sounds a bit sad, but it does run. I think this one needs a clean, to be honest, but it does run. It's doing double clicks, which I don't think is right. But it's running. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the chime around. I'm going to let the clock power itself around to 10 o'clock. There's my iPhone and iPad doing its chimey thing for past. Not quite in beat, but let it go by itself again. As you can see that it is actually driving. It's actually not set up for the floor that it's sat on, so it probably isn't running to potential. But you can see that it does run pretty strong for what it is. Now let's turn around. I'll show you the internals. This is, as I say, a Smith & Enfield, and this is probably the smallest chimer that I own. It's stopped. But you can probably see from that. Pretty nice little clock. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to put the camera down there and I'll just open the window curtain so I can get a better view of what you've got here. Maximum light will do us fine. I say this room is not the best of lit areas for doing clock videos on, but this is a Smith & Enfield. In fact, what we'll do is we'll put this up in the window. We'll lift this up, we'll put it in the window so you can get the best result of the light behind it, and you'll be able to see the movement within. I think. As I say, a very strong little clock. Quite a happy little clock actually. This is, as I say, a Smith & Enfield movement, which is actually pretty small, as you can see. There's very little there, but you can see the coil. Everything just fits in that casing, as you can see. There's the casing from a distance. If we sit on this chair here, what I'll do is I'll record this from a distance and you can see it from this angle and just what we've got here. And we'll pull it in. Hopefully you should be able to see what we've got there. Not the damned easiest of clocks to see the movement of because of what she is. Well, let's just open the back here and I'll cycle the chime and hopefully you'll be able to see it run. I only struck 5 because something happened to the movement there. There you go. That is a typical Smith Enfield mantle clock. So you can see that's the back of it. Typical sort of, hang on, let's tighten that door, because this door on this thing has a tendency to be a bit finicky. There's the back of it, and you can see it's got ridges. We'll flick it round. You can see the side profile. Very nice side profile there. It sort of goes out then in. Turn it around to the front so you can see the front of it. The thing is a very strong little clock. For what it is, it's beautiful. And I'll say I got this one from Past and Present quite a few years ago, and up to now has nothing been done with it. As I say, this is one of my favourite little clocks. Been British made. It runs pretty strong, as you can hear. It's a beautiful example of something which, because it's Bacolite, you don't see too many of them. As you can see, there's a bit of scenery of our garden. So I'm going to zoom into the clock a bit more so you can just see the clock framed in the video. Well, there she is. A fine example of a Smith Enfield. You can see the beautiful carving there at the bottom out of the Bacolite, the fancy little shapes, the curves as it goes in. As you work your way up to the top, you'll see that it goes round and over, sort of like got shoulders, and then the other side is a repeat of the first side. But what a lovely little Smith Enfield. That's tiny. I mean, that is the smallest chime, and that is a full-size chime coil that's in there. That is a standard Smith Enfield chime coil that you'll find on any other Smith Enfield half-hour striking clock. As I say, that is the standard fare of these things. That's pretty much what you'll find. It works well. I've had it a number of years. So far nothing's been done with it. And there you go. Your typical Smith Enfield half-hour striking Bacolite mantle clock.